All right, guys, the next comedian coming to the stage. Put your hands together for Dan Arian.
Good evening, everybody. I'd like to get started off by saying my last name is not Arian. Very important to point that out because of, the hair. It's actually pronounced Arlen. Not like that matters. This is my first night doing anything really like this. I've only been doing comedy for like a month. I don't even know how I ended up on this list. But fuck it, I'm having a great time. How about you guys? I've wanted to do this since I was like 17, so since I'm turning 40 next week, seems about right. I was married for about 10 years. Anybody in here married right now? Anybody? Yeah? How long you been married for, sir?
Coming up on 4 years.
Hang in there. No, you see, here's the thing, is I still get along great with my ex. We got a divorce, but we surprisingly get along very well. She tells me all the time that I make a great ex-husband. Which is the complimentary equivalent of punching a guy in his dick and then complimenting him on the size. So I guess I'll take it. A lot of my friends, they always ask me, it's like, oh, what's your secret? Like, how do you get along with your ex? And it's simple. Don't have kids. And it's not that I don't like kids. Kids are great and all. I just never had them, mainly because they kind of scare the hell out of me. Yeah, I had this niece. She's like 3 years old, right? And I'm 100% certain she is already a sociopath. When she thinks nobody is watching, for no reason whatsoever, she will just punch the dog right in the face. I caught her doing it the other day, and she gave me that look like Christian Bale from American Psycho, you know? I knew if I said anything, snitches get stitches, so I don't mess with her. To be honest, every once in a while I get that urge to have kids. You know, you see somebody at like a bookstore or something, they're having a great time with their kid. You're like, maybe it'll be fun. Not that long ago, I was at a Barnes & Noble, saw a mom with her kid. She was like, I love you. You're precious. Go play. As soon as the kid was out of earshot, though, I hear her whisper, I fucking hate you. I started laughing, and when she saw me laughing, I just looked at her and panicked. I was like, you're doing great. Doing a good job. I love going to Barnes & Nobles. You see the weirdest things there ever. It's the best place for people watching, really. Yeah. I saw a guy that looked like he was retired not that long ago. He was like in his 70s. And I thought it was precious. I was like, hey, this guy worked hard. He gets to relax on his phone in the middle of a cafe with all these nice, peaceful... Oh, no, never mind. He's watching porn. Yeah, you'd be amazed how many... I used to work at a Barnes & Noble for a little while. You'd be amazed how often that's a problem. Or maybe you wouldn't. But yeah, since I'm no longer married, I've actually started dating. And it's been so long, I'm rusty. The field has definitely changed a lot. For example, I went on a date, a younger individual, very nice. Halfway through, she started telling me about a polyamorous relationship. Are we all familiar with what these are? Yeah. I just recently found out. I've been locked away for quite a while. And the thing is, I don't judge. Like, if you want to date around, have fun. You know, it's great to hear. It's just, it's not for me. I don't mind being a team player, but that's only if I'm like the head coach. Nobody wants to be a third-string rookie. You know, that guy that sits on the bench the whole season, and you only get subbed in when everybody else is tired. It just doesn't work out for me. And the thing that got me is when she was explaining it to me, it made it sound like it was like brand new. Like this is a revolutionary thing that people came up with. And the whole time I was just thinking, I was like, nah, I'm pretty sure my grandparents did this shit. They just called it swinging. Yeah, there was a reason why when Meemaw and Pop Pop threw those garden parties, they made sure all the kids were in bed before sundown. Yeah, that's because Meemaw was about to get passed around like a bowl of nuts at a bar. It's okay, my grandparents are dead. They'll never see this. And your grandpa, he would just bust out that old camcorder, the one that was so fucking big you had to have it on your shoulder. The battery only lasted 30 minutes, but it weighed like 70 pounds, so before that battery was up, Pop-Pop had to take a knee like twice. And I learned the hard way. When you're cleaning out your grandparents' house and you find an unlabeled videotape, do not put that in the VCR. That is not a Disney movie. There's 7 dudes in it, but they're not dwarves, and Mima's being called Snow White for a different reason. So recently, I started doing driving Uber Eats. Like, I have my main job, but since I have a lot of free time on my hands, divorce, that whole thing, I started doing that. So this is more of a PSA than a joke. If you're gonna order Uber Eats, order and then get high. Don't do it the other way around. It makes it very difficult. And I don't judge. I used to smoke all the time back in college, like way back in the day before we had like dispensaries or anything. Do you have any idea how hard it is to buy weed when you look like this? I have a mirror. I know that I look like a narc. Yeah. People have heard of resting bitch face. I have resting cop face. Shit. Well, folks, I just like to say this is actually a dream for me to come true. If I never get another chance to put on a show in front of you lovely people or anybody like you, I was glad I had time. I did not even realize how much time I had tonight, so I said it for 5 minutes, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your comedians.